greatest legacy and gift to our family. So, he was principled but flexible. He was strong but also gentle. Carried himself with grace and dignity every day. The way that he dressed communicated, the way he shook your hand. We'll miss you, Dada. Cześć, Drashna.
We are the daughters of the second-born, Shepna. We both have 2 kids each, and fortunately both of our kids have been able to meet Dadaji. And most recently, 3 weeks ago, my kids got to meet him. And my son cried for an hour on Sunday, which is so nice because he remembers him. And one thing that I ask of him and that I ask of all of you is that you remember all the good things, that he is not gone. He is here as long as we remember him. And that's it. He, of everybody in this room, loved our dogs. And I remember looking at him picking up the blind one, who's really old, and giving him a kiss and a hug the day we left after his birthday party. It's just all sorts of wonderful, wonderful memories. And when I ask if Dadaji is wherever he is, we have had a lot of friends and a lot of family members pass over the last few years, that he just keeps an eye out for them. The babies all the way to the really old.
I think the only thing that I'd like to really say is that I think all the grandchildren are probably the most unorthodox in terms of kind of the way I live, and Rosita accepted me for who I am, and she accepts my family for who they are, and I think that that quality is something that is very important, especially that I'm sure we will all take with us as we go forward. He was very good about loving you for you unconditionally. And that is one thing that we'll definitely remember. My family, I know, and my kids will definitely remember.
Before we get off, I want to sort of add one more thing, which is that this year for his 95th birthday, the grandkids, minus me and maybe you, got together on October 3rd to celebrate his birthday. That's the holiest day of the Jewish year. That is when you atone for your sins and you start a whole new year. I came with my family when all the sisters came during his actual birthday or right after his actual birthday, and we got to see him. And so next year, on the Day of Atonement, we will pray for him. Half my family is Jewish, so some of other families will be Jewish as well in the family. So this is a good thing.
We are the sons of his 3rd daughter, Bina. Thank you all for coming. I think, I really can't say much more than what everyone said, except that we were lucky and fortunate to have him for so long. He lived such a long life. He lived so long that his gray hairs were turning black again by the end. And he used to tease the sons-in-law that they were going bald and he was growing dark hair. So he was alive until the very, very end. He loved to tease everybody in the family. He was so patient. He had 7 daughters with big personalities, and he had so many grandchildren, and yet so few great-grandchildren, which I think probably he put up with the lack of marriages in the family for a long time. but never stopped reminding us that we needed to, step up on that. One of the great things I'll be thankful for is that when Anusha, my fiance, and I got engaged this year, we got to go and see him. And he won't be there at our wedding, but we got his blessing, and really thankful for that. And even though I've lived very far away from him for a long time, we've always been able to see him pretty often, and I've been thankful that he's a very avid reader, and he was maybe the only one in my family who read everything I wrote in the last couple of years when he was living in LA, and I write for the LA Times. My work would get delivered right to him, and he was the first one to tell me if I talked to him on the phone that, hey, it's been a couple of weeks. Where's the most recent story? What have you been doing? So I always felt like I had somebody keeping me on track. And just lastly, I want to say that his, and others have touched on this, he was so meticulous. He was so well prepared. Just went through life with just utter kind of confidence and preparedness. And we all know that he would move from houses around the country from daughter to daughter a few months at a time, and no sooner would he get to the next house that he would pack for the next move 3 or 4 months down the line. He was always ready to take the next trip, and I think just like he's making the final journey here, he was well prepared for this day. He left us all with wonderful memories, and I'll always remember him in this.